All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So today we're going to make something that's just really fun. It takes up a lot of time and it has an awesome result and it's just really fun. And it teaches you how to stack things, roll things. There's several different types of ways you can roll and fold paper. You can fold paper in zigzags. You can fold paper into a circle. You can fold paper into a triangle, which is the strongest shape. Did you know that a triangle is the strongest of all shapes? And I bet you don't know why. It's because each corner, 1, 2, 3, of the triangle are putting pressure on each other. So, you can't knock it down. Anyhow, so we're gonna make an awesome log cabin. And we're also gonna take our shot at using batteries and lights. Let's see how this works. You're gonna need several supplies. Easy ones though. You're gonna need paper. Do you have to use construction paper? No. You can use any kind of paper. You can use newspaper, you can get some old mail, whatever kind of paper. Magazine pages, you can do. Don't rip out books. But anyhow, any other type of paper. You're gonna need tape, maybe. I might use tape to reinforce some stuff. You're definitely gonna need some scissors. Yeah, these are my kitchen shears. They work better. You use your regular scissors. Okay, and then now I have, these are called LED lights. These are really cool. You see them? Kind of like if you were to pinch the light off of a Christmas light, you'd have this left. And then these are coin button cell batteries. You can always use a regular battery as long as it's a battery that works, and you have the 2 circuits on each side. But we'll talk about that later. All right, I also have my hot glue gun. I need to have him here. I'm about to name him Henry. Got Henry. Don't let me forget his name. Takes me a couple of days to remember names. You guys know that. All right, let's get to it. In order to make a cabin is in like a square shape. So 1, 2, 3, right? So in order to make the cabin, we have to have 4 sides. 1, 2, front, back. So we need the sides of the cabin, we need the back of the cabin, we need the front of the cabin. Then we're going to need the roof of the cabin. Then we're going to need the front of the roof of the cabin and the back of the roof of the cabin. So there's several parts here. So you have to take your time. First thing we're going to do is we're going to roll up paper to create the logs for the front, back, side, and side. Okay, so what you're going to do is you can use a pencil. I normally use a pencil or an ink pen, which could be, that's the supply you need if you want it to be. And I'm going to do the same thing that we've been doing in previous projects. Here's my tape. I'm going to roll this. First, what I did was let me show you how I folded this. So if I were to cut this out from scratch, here's my paper. I'm going to fold my paper like this because we want everything to be even. Your logs have to be the same size. Now, if you were to build a log cabin and all your logs were different sizes, do you really think that log cabin is going to hold up? I don't know. I'm not sure I'd come over there for a lunch date, that's for sure. Now, I folded it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 because I just feel like this is a good shape for logs, and we're gonna cut along the folds. So I'm just gonna cut along the folds here. Now I'm gonna cut it along this way. You see these? In order to go all the way around your house, around your cabin, front, back, side, side, you're gonna need at least 5 of these to stack up on each side. So 4 sides, 5 logs each side. 4 times 5 is, right, 20. So what we're gonna do is make 20 of these. And I'm gonna show you how to make one. Then I'm gonna come back to you because it's gonna take a minute to make 20. And then, you know, we'll finish up. And that'll give you time to make your 20 too. So where's my pencil? I normally do one of these. Put that on there. Get that up on there like that. You guys know how we do. Make it a tight roll. Roll, roll, roll your boat. Get a little bit of this. Look, I got fancy, y'all. Look, I got that thing right there. No more of the rip. I still need the masking tape, but fancy. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on long ways just to keep that shut. And then now I have this. Now I'm gonna pull it out. Here's one of my logs. One log. Let me do one more. Remember, you have to do 20 of these. It's gonna take you a bit. But if you really want your house to hold up, you want your cabin to hold up, you're just gonna have to take your time. It's not like all we have is time these days, right? Take your time and make these logs nice and perfect. So now I've got 2. I'm supposed to make 20. I have 2. How many more do I need to make? 18. Right. All right, give me a minute. I'll be right back. All right. Look, y'all. I'm rich with logs. Anyhow, now we're going to make the logs that are going to go here on this side of the roof and this side of the roof. We're going to make these logs bigger, wider than the logs that are here. And these logs here, you can also make bigger. I made them small, just experimenting. But the smaller you make them, the shorter your house is gonna be. So my house is gonna be like really short. It's gonna have a tall roof though. So in order to make those top ones, you're gonna take these same sheets. Now you're gonna need the same amount of logs on this side than you have on this side. So if I put 5 logs on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can't put 3 over here. You have to have 5 as well. So for the top part, I'm not going to use a pencil. I want my logs to be bigger. So I'm just literally going to fold this up. Just fold it up. It'll take you a little bit. It even takes me a little bit. Get that nice and positioned. See how my finger could fit in there? Finger. That's how big you want it. That's how big you want the top ones. However big your little teensy bincy fingers are, or if you're big fingers, you never know. So here's one. This is for the roof. I'm gonna make one more. We have to make, if there's 5 for each side, and there's 2 sides, how many sides do we need to make? 5 2 times is 10. 5 times 2 is 10. All right, now we have 10 of these, 20 of these for the sides. Now, when you're building a house, you have to remember that if you have a side and a side of a roof, you also need that piece that's gonna cover right here and the back, like that. So, you could either choose to just use a flat piece, or you can choose to actually cut the paper into different sizes to create a triangle. So, what you would do is take a sheet of paper. You want to fold it. Let me use this so I can just do it with you. And then you want to fold it. So now it's folded. And you want to cut it down the middle. I love using these kitchen shears. I'm actually using them upside down and they still work. So these are my like everything shears, but I won't go outside and do any gardening, of course. So you just have this strip. Now, when you're building, if there's a triangle, this is one side of the roof, this is the other side of the roof, then that tells you that the pieces that we need to create have to go from smaller to bigger. Smaller, bigger. See how they have to go from smaller, starting at the top, all the way down to the bottom to bigger. So how are we gonna do that? We have to create different size logs. So The first size log is going to be about that big. This is the same size as the actual roof log, so I know I've got one. The second log, we're going to make it, let me cut another strip. We're gonna make it a little bit shorter. So now it's like that. Now let's go with another one. And we're going to make it even smaller. And so you want to keep lining it up, right? And how about another one? And I'm going to make it really thin. See? So let me move this up. Bigger. Cameron, can you see all these sizes? Just so that you guys can understand what we're doing here. Right? Right? And we might need the last one that's going to be like a slither. And so it'll go like this. So you're literally going to take these and you're going to roll them up the way you see them. You're going to have to make 2 of these. This is for the front. The other one, the other set of this, like this, is for the back. So this is what you're going to do to each piece. Go ahead and get that going like that. Get your tape. So I got fancy. I have some better ripping access here. So I have the smallest piece. Bam. Now I'm gonna go with the second smallest. I'm gonna roll it up. I'm gonna roll it up. Okay, here we go. Kitty! Kitty! My kitty. He's just, he's always into stuff. What you want, kitty? Oh, he has big hands. I'm done. His hands are too big. He grabs things with his fingers. He goes, he'll grab something like this. Like if he was grabbing this, he'd be like, like a dinosaur. Okay, here we go. Roll this piece. You see how the pieces are getting smaller to bigger, bigger to smaller. So I'm going to finish this last side, and know that you have to do another set, just like what you're seeing here. You have to do another set of this. I'm gonna finish this with you so that you can see the difference in sizes and understand why we're making this look like a triangle. Because you're probably like, I don't know why she's doing that. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so here we go. We've got this. We've got that. We've got our tape. Come on, y'all. Y'all got this. Y'all could do this. This is like building something if you had Legos, but you don't have Legos. So we're using paper instead, and we're like making the Legos. So as you can see, I have, can you guys see that? I have the different logs of different sizes. And these are going to be used, like I said, here's the front, right? So you're probably wondering, how are we gonna glue all these logs together? Well, we're gonna use paper. But I'll be right back. Let me finish rolling the rest of these, the other set of these. You roll the other set of these too. Okay. Now you're probably wondering, how are we gonna put all of these logs together? We're literally just going to use paper as a platform to glue the logs on, and then we can pull it together, okay, like a box. So take another strip. This is just a half a sheet of paper, like I folded it and then I cut it. And I'm gonna fold this into 4, so I'm gonna fold it in half, and then I'm going to fold it. You got this, cameraman? Can you see this? And then I'm folded again. Okay. Now I'm going to, I just want to make sure you guys can see everything I'm doing here. Okay, I'm cutting these. I'm cutting along the folds once again. Along, always. I mean, if you're folding something, that's because you want to use those folds, okay? So, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use my hot glue gun. You can use your hot glue gun, or you can use a glue stick, or you can use the regular wet glue. Anything that sticks. I'm gonna use hot glue because it's faster for now, okay? So, we said that there are 4 sides to the cabin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each side needs 5 logs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, you guys don't even know nothing about that, man. So let's put 5 here. 11, 12. You guys know about that if you're in my age range. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm missing one. So, guess what I'm gonna do? Oh, I found it. Thank you, cameraman. Cameraman found it. So all I'm gonna do now is make sure that these are straight, and I'm going to glue each set of logs to the paper. But it has to be lined up nice and straight like that. It can't be like this. Let's glue them together. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Okay, so this is how we do it. This is as simple as... So that first one you put on, make sure that sucker is straight, and then you can just put all the other ones right against it. I told you guys to make your logs straight, and mine are looking a little chinked. Here we go. All right. Now, I have my, this is 5. This is my first side. So now that it's on here, I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut off this extra paper. Now I have one side to my log cabin. I have to make, see, here's the back, here's the front, see? Now I'm gonna actually do the rest of them. This is gonna take me a minute to do the rest of them. You do the rest of them too? It's gonna take you a minute too? I'll be right back. So now what we're gonna do is we have to figure out how to create the platform behind the different sides. Remember we did this? We have to do 2, there's 2 of these. You should have 2 sets of these. So you're gonna take another strip of paper. We have to create that backing because it just makes it really easy to pull the cabin together. And we are going to, cameraman, come in on this. We're gonna place these on the paper. There's that one, nice and in order. You're gonna keep them like the way you like them. And you're gonna glue them right onto here. Alrighty. Ooh, just to keep it balanced, you're like, whoa, because you gotta look up my hand is over here and I'm looking over here to glue it, so it's almost like I can't see what's over here. So make sure that you're really paying attention to making sure that these are lined up straight so that it goes from small to big. It should go from small to big. There we go. And once you have this like this, and like I said, you can use a glue stick or you can use regular wet like Elmer's glue. So now I have this. I'm gonna take my scissors and I am going to cut this out. Now, look at that. Here's the sides. Now, we're gonna make 2 of these. So let me push on to the sides of the other sides of the roof. I'm sure you probably guessed how we're going to do these. Remember we said 5 each side, so I'm gonna take 5. here we go again. Another strip of paper. I'm gonna cut this strip of paper. This is a half a strip of paper. It was like this. I cut it. And I'm going to glue these on the paper like this. So I'll be right back while I finish this and then finish this and you finish yours. I'll be right back. All right, now we have our 4 sides. We have our 2 front and backs of the roof. And as you can see, I left a little tab down here. I didn't like cut that tab off after I glued it on because we might need that tab. See that tab? Here, we've got the sides of the roof. See how that I have that tab at the bottom? I'm gonna use that. So first things first, we're gonna take one of the sides of the cabin and one of the sides of the roof, and we're gonna take this tab and glue it to the back right here. So we're taking this and we're putting the tab there and we're gonna glue it. See, so it's gonna look like that. Okay? So let me get some glue on here. And I'm going to glue this onto here. So now I've got this, right? I've got this, right? Now, I got to do it to the other one. Okay. Yeah, I was doing that to the camera. Camera. Okay, oops, it's a little bit off. Oh well. Okay, so now we have the sides of the roof, the sides of the cabin, and the roof that's gonna the roof that's going to go up that way. Bing. Now we have to connect the rest of the sides of the doors. Let me move this out the way. Let me move these 2 out the way. Let me move that out the way. Let me just have these here. We're gonna assemble the other sides. Put a little bit of glue here. Little bit of glue, hey. Little bit of glue for my log cabin. Ah. I actually can't believe I just said that. You see how I glued that on the side? Yep. Okay. So, I've got one side of my cabin on. I've got the other side. Now let's glue on the other side of the roof with the other side of the cabin connected to it. So it's gonna glue just like that. See that? Now, let's put some glue on here. I'm gonna glue this on just like this with the orange on top. It should stick pretty good. It is paper after all. All right, now we've got those sides. 3 sides connected. We've got to connect this 4th side, you guys. There and there. Got to do it like that. All right. And everyone's gonna figure out how to connect these differently, which is fine. Gotta hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, that's enough. I's enough. Okay, and so this one we are going to connect. Oops. Right there, like that. Let's put some glue. Give a little glue. Here we go again. Hey, hey. Glue for my love. For hey, you. Hey. Remix. All the time on my mind. On the grind. Making log cabins. Hey, I feel like a savage. Look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see this and see this back flap, these back flaps. I'm going to just glue these back flaps together. Oh my goodness, one of my students, I was wearing a tank top and one of my students was like, Miss Mercer, you have back flaps. I was cracking up. They say the most craziest stuff. Ooh, So far, we've got this. We've got this going on like that. You guys just might even be a little bit more stabler than mine. Mine's just like wobbly, wobbly, drop, drop it like it. I'm glad it's not dropping. So the next step is for us to put this part on the front and this part on the back. So let's do this. I'm going to, let me think. I always want to give you guys time to think. How are you going to connect this? Okay, so now I'm realizing, where's my scissors? See this flap down here? We're not going to need it. So you only want to keep the flap for the roof. Because it depends on how you're putting on your roof. It really does depend on how you're putting on your roof. Now I'm going to glue this on. I'm going to make a nice little string. The strongest shape in the land. The strongest shape in the land. Here we go. And we're on. Action. Action. I said action. I'm gonna put a little bit glue because I'm just like that this is like bothering me that it's not sticking to that part. Now it is. Now we are going to put the front. Or it's the back or the front or the back. Or gonna go ahead and make that work. Let's see. Don't you, this flap is like, don't you forget about me. We're not forgetting about you. We're gluing you on right now. Here we go. Oh man, that song's stuck in my head now. Don't, hey. Now, it's a little bit crooked there, but we did it. Now, how are we going to put a door on here? Because this is paper, I'm gonna pick up the entire cabin. The short sides are gonna be, this side is gonna be the side of the cabin. Okay, so, maybe I want this to be the front. So I'm gonna pick up the entire cabin. I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut a door. Can you see that, cameraman? Just gonna cut a little door. Cut a little door. It's a little tiny door. Flap that up. Some of you guys might decide to say, I want to keep that flap up. That's gonna be, oh, you gotta make sure you cut this deep. You might need some big kid scissors, friends. You might need big kid scissors. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to take this. I'm going to cut this off. We don't need these parts anymore. This log cabin is holding up with all the moves I'm putting on it right now. You can even make like little fake people and stuff. So here's my door. I'm going to actually create a little door. This is like a sliding door. You know what I mean? Like, you know, one of those sliding doors where you gotta be like, oh yeah, let me in, let me in. Okay, so I also need to create a nice little window because uh-oh, this glue did not do what I wanted it to do. There we go. There it is. There's my little door. All right, now you can do anything you want. You can like put jewels on there on the roof. You can make it look sparkly. You can cut more windows. You can use construction paper to put windows on here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little light on top of my cabin. I love this. Oh, this is so cool. All right, so I want you to be able to see this cabin in its beauty. Okay, in all of its beauty. So we've got our log cabin. Yay! I'm going to show you guys how to use electricity. So this type of batteries is normally the type of battery that you would find in a watch. It's called a coin button cell battery. Like, back in the day, we actually wore watches and didn't have cell phones. So we would have to like get the battery in our watches changed and things like that. Okay, so this battery has a negative side and a positive side. So if you look at these batteries, if you look here, you'll see the positive sign. That's the positive side, which means that normally the back of the coin is the smooth side. That's the negative side. When you're attaching LED lights, let me show you. Let me pick a nice color that will be bright. You will see that, see the LED light? This is what it looks like. But one of the stems is shorter than the other. That actually makes a difference. You have to make sure that this LED light, the legs on it, are riding this battery like a horse. One leg on each side. Let's see. It didn't light up. Now let's see if we put the short side towards the back. Yes, it matters. That's what I'm telling you guys, it matters. It matters which side you put. So it's always the short side stem of an LED light connects to the negative side of the battery. So you're just gonna put that on there like that. You can hold it there. And then I am going to, and Amazon is still rolling. You guys can still order stuff from Amazon. So if you want to order like some LED lights and some of the extra stuff, just to be doing too much extra, you can. This is like my porch light here. So I'm gonna actually put it there. And then I'm gonna take that little flap of my door. Oops. Need more glue. That's my porch light. I'm home. I'm home, everyone. I'm home. So we have achieved hard work and greatness. So if you ever want to take a vacation, you can always come visit my log cabin. You can't come on the weekend. The weekends are for me. But it looks like, about 5 people could fit in here. Reservations are always available. I love you guys, and I miss you, and I hope you enjoy and have fun with this. I miss y'all so much. It's ridiculous. Be safe. Wash your hands. Cover your mouth. Do all them things you know we do. All right. Wash your hands at least, 49 times a day. All right. Love you.